Hey everyone, and welcome back to Jackie's Garden Spot. I am Jackie, growing in Zone 8B, Alabama. And on today, we will take a garden tour and we will look at some things that we probably need to harvest out today. Come along, guys, let's get started. We will start here with the blueberry bush. It's growing up and about. What I did was I did come in, and the last time I did some companion planting inside of the pot, and I had strawberries and marigolds planted. I had to transplant those out into the bigger garden because they were taking nutrients from the blueberry bush. So hopefully it will, regain its nutrients and come along. This is the upside down tomato pot, and as you can see, the basil is taking off and doing well, and so is the tiny Tim tomato, still doing well. So it's progressing along very well. And then we have the cucumbers that's taken off and they are growing. This one is about to touch the fencing and start to vine out. We have some potatoes that we need to harvest off out and see what's going on with those. So let's do that. Okay, I've moved the potato bag around and I'm going to dump it in here to see what we have. Here goes, guys. We have small potatoes so far, and these are yellow potatoes. So we are at, the yellow potatoes normally take anywhere from 70 to 90 days. And so we are at maybe an 85-day mark, trying to get them all out of the bag. I feel big ones and little ones in here. And I thought that it would be easier to do it in this wheelbarrow because the soil is then in there. But gosh, it's hard. I'm coming. I think this is coming out. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So let's see what we have. That's a good one. Small but good. Another good one. Can you see that, guys? Okay. And we're taking the small ones as well because they are still edible. So we're going to collect those. And these, that's the seed potato. These are all small potatoes. And what I'm thinking is I may put some more soil in there and let those continue to grow on. They may grow. I don't know. It's still a root system there. So we'll see. We're going to take that one. That one's green, so it's no good. It looks like a bunch of small ones, though. Another good one, but small. Let's see what's in here. Looks like just soil. Yeah, just soil. Small. Um, we are digging. I see small ones. And this was my first time growing the yellow potatoes. So I think that's it. Yep. So this is what we ended up with. Not bad, but I think that we could have gotten more bigger ones. So we'll have to perfect that later, huh? And moving along. And then our squash is finally flowering. This is the cricket neck squash in the container, and I'm doing an experiment to see what grows better, whether in a container or in the ground, and I'll show you the in the ground ones coming up. This is the ginger that I have planted. Nothing's coming up yet, and the turmeric, and then the shampoo ginger. And we have strawberries that we harvested some this morning earlier, but they are doing wonderful. They're sending off the shoots, so they are healthy and doing good. And then that is the fig, not the fig, the muscadine vine that we planted together. That is the grapevine that we planted together a couple weeks ago. And then you see the Egyptian walking onion in the back. Everything is doing well with that. And then we've harvested twice off of our collard greens, and you see that they are still doing wonderful and coming back. And oh, and I forgot to show you the sunflower, guys. That's the teddy bear sunflower, but it's angled at the sun, so I have to go around and catch the beauty of that sunflower for you in a moment. And then we have our kohlrabi planted along with some sunflower over here. We have some peppers. And then as you can see here, our onion is trying to go to seed, so it's ready to be harvested out. And that's the red Creole onion. This is a white mixture onion of red and white and yellow. And let me show you how big that is. Harvest this one real quick. So they are doing wonderful. Gonna harvest these on camera, and then I'll come back and harvest the rest later. But that's what we have so far. And this one, that's a white one. So they did awesome this year. Okay, and then moving on, that's a marigold that I planted there for pest control and beauty as well. That's our broccoli. I don't know how long we'll have the broccoli because it's gonna get heated up real quick here in the south in zone 8B, so I don't know. We may have to pull it and then replant some more broccoli out this coming fall, but for right now I'm leaving it because not only is it a pest control, but it also seems to be still growing and thriving and doing well so far. So we may get some broccoli, don't know. And then we have some garlic planted here, and that garlic is also ready to be harvested because it is dying out. Let's see what we have here. Looks good, and it feels like it's ready. So we're going to harvest some broccoli, not broccoli, but garlic as well. And then we have Brussels sprouts. Again, don't know how long that's gonna last because the Brussels sprouts normally don't do too well in the heat either. So we'll see. I'm gonna leave it and just see what's gonna happen. That's some more garlic that needs to be harvested out. Of course, I just showed you some peppers. These were the ones that I put out a little too early, so as you can see, they're a little stunted. So I'm hoping that they'll take off and keep growing. And then this is our stackable that I have taken out all of the stuff that was dying, and I replaced it with strawberries and with marigolds, and then I kept the green onion in there. This is another strawberry tower that I just added some new strawberries in, so hopefully they'll take off and keep going. And then I had one extra marigold left. I just added it in there with the strawberries. Okay, and then panning around, we have all of our tomatoes. This is the Isis Candy one. It's doing wonderful. And then we have that's the Cherokee beefsteak. One is coming in there. And so we have others that are blooming along. That's another sunflower about to come out. A pepper. These are all of our tomatoes, guys. All of the tomatoes that we have planted out. So they are growing. Let me show you the angle view of that row. They are doing wonderful. We have some more strawberries planted. The Isis Candy is blooming there. This one was stunted because I broke it by accident, but it's still doing wonderful. And then we have Cherokee beefsteak. We have the spoon that's spreading out here that you see, and I do need to come in and stake that one up. We have the King of the North bell peppers that are doing wonderful with the growing. That is a lunchbox sweet pepper. And then we have some more King of the North bell peppers there. And over here are our spicy peppers that we have on this row. The poblanos, the jalapenos. We have one, looks like, no, two of the Chinese giant sweet peppers on this row added in too. I didn't realize that. We have Anaheim peppers. So the peppers are doing wonderful. And then this is another pepper row. It is a mixture. And of course, we have the grande hot pepper. We have the shishito pepper. We have 2 shishitos, no, 3 shishitos. 4 shishitos, very good. And then we have the California Wonder peppers all the way down. And then, guys, look at our corn. The corn is doing wonderful. That's our corn. And then this is our squash. All of the squash is coming in. That's the row of squash. It's doing wonderful. And then we have some peas here. These are the bush beans, actually, instead of peas. Those are bush beans. And then this is the honey boat delicata squash right here. It's doing good. It's taking off and growing. And this is the black zucchini on this row. The leaves are so pretty on that. And then we have the Texas cream peas here. They're still small, but they're coming along and they are healthy. And then we have our okra in the back here. The bunch and tree okra and the Clemson spineless okra is what I put out here this year. And then over here are our melons. So we'll go over there to look at the progress of the melons. This is the Moon and Star melon. That is the Texas Golden Wonder melon. This one is the Quambe melon, looks like. And this is the Georgia rattlesnake melon, and the one in the back. And then, of course, the other day I did transplant one of the banana trees back here. And that's a lemon melon. That's the sugar baby melon. So we have the melons coming in, and today I'm going to bring you along with me as we plant out the cucumber and the honeydew together. I had to bring you around the back part of the garden to show you how beautiful that sunflower is. Very beautiful. And let's discuss on the side of the greenhouse here. We have in here, this is all of the celery that's coming up. That's the moringa. Carrots are still doing wonderful. Little garlic sprinkled in there with it. We have some comfrey in there. We have some all year lettuce that we dropped the seeds on, and we didn't put it in any particular order. We just came in and did a little chaos planting in that area, and that's the lettuce that's coming up. The peppermint is doing beautiful. Those are some more strawberries coming up. And then I just transplanted some calendula in this area, and so it was doing awful, but looks like it's making a comeback now, and I hope that it does. And then that's some more garlic that I need to get out because it's ready to be harvested. So let's see if I can pull that up. That's how that's looking, guys. So that garlic is ready. That is soft in that area. So we're going to harvest that a little later today. And of course, we still have the comfrey that's doing beautiful. With the honeydew, it's still very tiny, so I want to wait before I plant out the honeydew melon. I don't want to put it out here yet, so I'm going to wait. I'm just going to water everything in very good, and I'm going to wait, give it maybe another week, and then I'll be ready to plant out the honeydew melon. Okay, this is the cantaloupe planted in. I had to do it a little bit off camera because the neighbor's dog was barking so I had to wait on that to calm down a little, but I wanted to show you guys that we did get the cantaloupe planted in. And then let's discuss this grow box. So within the grow box, we had to harvest out all of the lettuce, and then I came in and reseeded lettuce throughout here with the chaotic garden method. And so I put in some all year lettuce seeds, so hopefully they'll be coming up soon. But right now we have peppers planted in, radish, the Tiny Tim tomato, we have the orange hat tomato, and as you can see, they are doing very well. We have the onions around. We have a little butter crunch lettuce and calendula in here. We have the lemon basil planted in here. We have marigolds, carrots, and some more radishes, and we have strawberries in here. And then we have this big lettuce that we just harvested from, but I think it's going to seed, so I'm just going to cut it off, and hopefully the other lettuce will come up so we will have more lettuce to eat later. So the grow box is still doing well. We are still eating from it as well, and it's giving us food. That's the main thing. Earlier on in the year, we talked about succession planting in the garden spot. So let me show you what we have planted, the seeds that we've planted so far, what we still have to go out into the garden spot. So we have the solar fire tomatoes that I've started, and hopefully they'll come on along and we'll get those planted out a little later in the garden, so that once one tomato begins to die out, we can go ahead and still plant in some more. We have the Creole tomatoes. We have grand bell peppers. The stevia still hasn't come up, so I think I'm going to have to go ahead and reseed that stevia. We have chamomile. We have muscadines that still haven't come up. We have some more solar fire tomatoes there. And then we have some eggplant that we just planted in, some honeydew melons, cantaloupes, Creole tomatoes, twister peppers, some dahlias, and some African daisies. We have some lemon cucumber planted and some mancha cucumber planted. So I'm thinking that we will probably be eating very well this summer, and it will be all summer long if I can stay abreast of what's planted out, what I need to get started with seeds on to keep this garden going all summer throughout the fall season. So this is our harvest so far, considering that we still need to go in and get the rest of that onion and that garlic out, but it's a pretty good basket. So I would say we're off to a pretty good start with our garden spot here. I hope that I gave you some information or you learned something that you can use in your own garden spot. And until the next episode, be well and be blessed. Bye, guys.